Hey everyone, I hope that you were enjoying the Oregon series thus far. This episode came out fantastic. I have some really nice treats, some gorgeous locations for you. I think you're going to enjoy it. I've been given some thought for some time now to start a newsletter. So I would hope that you would consider subscribing. It's not going to cost you anything. It's free. I'd most likely drop a newsletter in your inbox probably once a month. The newsletter may really help me to see what this audience really wants. If you're not watching on your phone, then you can scan this QR code right here, and that will take you to my website. And if you're watching on your phone or you don't want to use the QR code, then you can go ahead and click the link in the description, and that will take you to my website, and I'll keep in touch with you, most likely on a monthly basis, or if anything special comes up. But I like to do some behind the scenes stuff, tips and shooting and everything else. All right, let's get into the video. So thanks again, and I really appreciate it. Enjoy. Here we are, just up the road, the Whale's Head viewpoint. I have the feeling that we may be doing plenty of stops as we work our way north.
To Hume, and after a very short walk from the parking lot, we discovered the wreck of Hume. Next on the agenda is Secret Beach, which is really no secret at all. A thin sandy shoreline with majestic sea stacks that seem to beckon and call. Arch Rock State Park, so aptly named, was a hurried last minute stop, but it's hard to take an ugly photograph from working with such an epic backdrop.
Hang on a second, let's go back in time. We had a 5-hour drive ahead of us from Crater Lake to Oregon's southern coast. Now, despite entering Northern California, we didn't stop to see the redwoods, and that was quite disappointing, but we had to choose our time wisely. We did see a few groupings along the roadside, and while this video doesn't quite tell their story, I can reassure you that they are noble and not easily ignored, even while passing by. Anyway, back to Oregon. We headed up the street for a quick bite and a well-needed break from our long ride and afternoon adventures. We stopped at the Porthole Cafe. At the time, we didn't know it, but we'd return here tomorrow too. The food was good, the restaurant was laid back, and the folks were friendly and down to earth. You really couldn't ask for more. Simple and satisfying. A short walk from the restaurant's parking lot is the historical landmark for the Mary D. Hume, a brigantine sailing ship with the longest active sea service for any commercial vessel on the Pacific coast. We had to stop and break out the cameras. While Mark hunted for just the right perspective, I was busy shooting video and didn't really get any good shots of her, but Mark did, and I absolutely love this image. With our hunger satisfied and now checked in for the next 2 days, we had plenty of time to scout the Samuel Boardman Scenic Corridor, and we both were looking forward to visiting Natural Bridges. Now, Natural Bridges is truly a geological wonder. I mean, this is straight off the pages of a fairy tale. Having seen many images, I was excited to finally be here and witness this with my own eyes. Let's go. This is truly an incredible place, and sometimes beauty comes with a price. This is an extremely dangerous hike if you plan to cross the bridges. Several lives have been taken over the past few years. Natural Bridges had a death the last 2 years in a row. But look at this. To give you a better idea of scale and grandeur, I captured footage of someone crossing the bridge. Have a look at this. Jeez.
Have to go and shoot down that way. Okay.
There's a path down there, and there's a sign that says don't go any further, hazardous conditions. Go past that.
We didn't have time today to do this hike. This was merely a scout mission, but we already had a good sense now of what lies before us, and we'll be back. If you go, please be careful. Save the selfies and save yourself. Just a half mile up the road is Secret Beach. Probably not so secret these days, but if you don't know about it, you'll pass right by without the slightest hint of yet another astonishing and wondrous miracle of a place. Just wait till you see this. So as you can see, this is a very narrow ledge with a long way down on both the north and south sides. But as you can see, the beauty here is remarkable, with extraordinary views. Secret Beach is hidden on the northernmost part of the corridor. There's a small parking area on US 101. It's about a quarter-mile steep hike down to the beach. For the younger explorers, you won't have much trouble. For those of us, well, let's just say, those of us with more wisdom, I'd recommend a pair of hiking sticks. Mark and I are currently here. With a sketchy scramble to a very narrow outcropping, one can get a clear view looking south. I wouldn't recommend standing, especially if you're planning to make a photograph. Camper went out first, carefully, with just his camera. I went out next. And, well, Mark asked for the keys to the car before I scrambled out. That's Mark right there, and this is the sketchy path I mentioned earlier. It's a sheer drop on both sides once you reach where Mark is. We both decided not to go any further than this part. It just wasn't worth it for a photograph.
Well, there's Mark crawling out where I was just at. We're at Secret Beach. And that's the spot. Now you can crawl the whole way to the top, but no way in heck I was going to do that. It's scary enough right there. But that's the shot, and you'll get to see it. It's awesome, but a little dangerous. But hey, it is what it is.
Mark's footage certainly gives a better perspective of the challenges you'll face. You can get an idea of how steep the drop-off is just above me to the right, and the left side is no better. The path is also peppered with loose stones, so every step matters. I wish I had taken video when I went out, but I was on edge.
Yeah, it was.
Pun intended.
Little dicey, you know, it's a little scary at times, but it was fun.
Just gotta focus, you know?
Yeah, you have to, stay total focus.
In my childhood years, you'd always find me somewhere in a tree. I loved to climb. This experience brought me back to those days in some weird nostalgic way. That said, here's the view out there. Enjoy.
So how was it? Good?
That was awesome.
That's tough getting down there, man. It was back down the coast for more scouting and potential locations for tomorrow. The Oregon coast, simply put, is magical. And we're just getting started. We have the entire coast to explore, and it felt good to be alive. Now, if you blink an eye, you've probably missed a stop. I can't add all the stops we've made alongside US 101, as this video would just drag on and on. But I'm sure you're getting a good feel of these land and seascapes, or perhaps memories of a past trip you've made here. Diverse biology and rugged beauty are everywhere. For sunset, which occurs rather late this time of year, we stopped at Arch Rock State Park, and boy did Oregon give us a treat. It was like dessert for the eyes. All right, we are chasing a light. We just stopped at Arch Rock. We got this beautiful glow over here. We headed back to our hotel for the evening after an intense day enjoying the southern Oregon coast. We have one more day here before moving north. And thus far, Oregon has not disappointed. Her coast is simply superb. Join us in the next episode for our second day in the Gold Beach area. We start off the day with some amazing roadside photography and some tips for shooting seascapes. On these guys here, I will focus on the flowers beyond that. And then we return to natural bridges and take that hike to the bottom. Oh, right there.
That's where they were standing.
Oh, that's insane, man. And how can we not pay another visit to Secret Beach, but this time at low tide? So, in the meantime, get out there and enjoy nature. Keep moving and discover a world of beauty. I thank each and every one of you who supports the channel. And while you rarely hear me say it, comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.